KD in the lineup. And is that...
Hey, Kevin. What?
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Harden. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then there's Harris. And it's Irving at the two-guard position. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the one spot. Harden kicks to Durant. Over Morris. Jordan. It's good on the putback.
Well, I like how Jordan embraces his role on this team. I mean, it's all about rebounding and putbacks for him at the offensive end.
Now George. Morris, left side. Irving with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's the teardrop. And KD the bucket on the assist from Harris.
Man, it's so impressive the way Durant gets that floater off so fast. I mean, at nearly 7 feet tall with guard-like quickness, that should almost be outlawed.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Takes a three. A rebound by the Nets.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing, and when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
Harden scanning the floor. Just 5 to shoot.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Outside Jackson. And the layup's good off the glass.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Harris. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Jackson finds Leonard. Launches a three. And it's Durant with the rebound. And KD's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. 6-point game. Shoots over Zubac. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
That's platinum-level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Jackson drives in. Out to Morris. The tray. Jordan with the rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Durant with a wide-open look. Hits it from three-point range. KD's got 7. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Irving. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. To Marcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Brooklyn, Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Brooklyn leading by 7. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Irving passes to Brown. The kick out to Irving. over Kennard. No good from Irving. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And George with this stuff.
I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense.
Here's Irving. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Durant. From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Brooklyn heading to the bench with a 7-point lead. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Green is out there with Durant. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Griffin, and it's Brown in at the shooting guard. Here's Durant. It's deflected. Over to the left wing. Cousins finds Kennard. The 3. The shot that time, not on target. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Green against Kennard. 9 feet out. Shots good by Green. Clippers trail by 9. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Passes to Beverly. Griffin against Batum. Shot clock at 6. Back to Beverly. Plenty of room around him, and it's good.
And Beverly is a menace inside. I mean, incredibly crafty at finding ways to score down there.
Durant kicks to Green. Back to Durant. Green breaking loose. And KD throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from DeMarcus Cousins. Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Cousins. Here's Beverly. Lays it in off the breakaway. Beverly's got 4 points this quarter.
Cousins turning defense into offense with his activity that time.
KD with it. 9 points in the game so far. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. So he gets them both. And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. The Nets also changing it up. Joe Harris is checked in for Durant, and James Harden has subbed in for Landry Shamet. Brooklyn leading by 3. Harris passes to Griffin. Good, and Harris gets the assist.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Just 5 on the clock. Kennard, the pass to Mann. Los Angeles with another miss. Nets leading by 5. Pass to Harris. Outside Jordan. Harden against Beverly. Harden dishes to Harris. Feeds it to Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Boy, at the rim, Jordan still, after all this time in the league, has the athleticism to get up and throw it down.
A pass to Cousins. On the wing, Batum. Great D that time from Green.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
A flat-out bulldog in the paint. Great job to follow his own shot there and get the basket.
Mann passes to Cousins. 23 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Mann. Kennard on the wing. Takes the 3. Los Angeles with another miss. Down kicks to Harden. Beyond the arc. His shot misses. And we finished one half of basketball. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 9 points. And over to... That's all for now.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson. And it's George in at the 2 guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Jackson. Irving passes to Harris. Irving up top. Guarded by Jackson. Jordan trying to free himself up. Irving can't hit. Clippers trail by 7.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area. Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Harden dishes to Jordan. It's hauled in by Zubac.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
Leonard trying to break free. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Irving with a clean look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harden's got the ball.
Boy, he's got outstanding balance. Kyrie Irving is so good at converting through contact. For a little guy, he's one of the best I've seen.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Then for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. And Nicholas Claxton subbed in for Harris. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
It's a solid blueprint.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And a deep three from George. The long distance three is buried. George has got 7 points.
And sometimes with George, it doesn't really matter where he's squaring up from. If he's in rhythm, even from distance, you've got to get a hand in his face or he'll drain it.
Harden, and it's sent back by George. Outside for KD. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity, and too long on the shot. Clippers trail by 7. Nobody near George. Offline with his 3. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And KD, here we go.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
No good from Zubac.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Harden finds KD. Here's Claxton. Back to Durant. Jacks up a 3. Again, the miss by KD.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And Leonard stays with it. 8 points for him.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
Irving passes to Claxton. Irving against Rondo. Takes a shot at the elbow. A nice shot by Irving. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going, we've got Brown. Also, Landry Shamet is out there. Green is out there with Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the power forward.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Here's Shamet. Brown outside. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. There's Shamet. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Jackson drives in, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
And here is Shamet. There's the feed to Griffin.
Yeah, good job to take it right after him.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
First free throw is good.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Inside, here's Beverly. Rebound, Brooklyn. And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Griffin finds Green. And here is Shamet. Defended by Beverly. Here's Claxton. Brown outside.
Using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
A very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Now, here's Shamet. Jeff Green on the wing. Back to Shamet. To the paint. Here's Griffin. No good that time. Nice D from Cousins. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Batum.
Big shot, Nick. He lives for these moments.
Jackson against Brown. Now Green. And the rejection by Cousins. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Jackson from long range.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
Jordan kicks to Harden. Top of the key, Harris. From the arc. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one. George passes to Leonard. The dish to Jackson. It's George on the wing. To the inside. Uncovered. And it's Durant with the rebound. KD's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's George finishing it off.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league. Actually, one of the best. He's creative. He's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
Irving attacking. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
And here's George for 3. That doesn't go either for George. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Nets. 6-point lead. Jordan kicks to Durant. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Paul George.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
Harris against Jackson. Irving from long range. Good on the triple. And the Nets lead by 9.
As dead-eye an outside shooter that we have in the league, Irving has the ability to scorch you from there.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Irving attacking, and he lays it straight in.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. From deep. Missed. So it's the Nets picking up the win. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. Soaring high above the Willamette River. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And the Clippers starting five. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. They get the rebound. Morris. And Morris throws it down.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
McCollum dishes to Lillard. Pass to Jones. McCollum outside. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Yep, it counts.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. Fires the three. Doesn't go that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Feeds it to Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Oh, come on. How great is Jackson at earning these calls, especially from the interior where he is very crafty.
For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Cullen passes to Lillard. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
You got to love how clever Lillard is. I mean, he's exceptional at gutting the D apart with his dribbling moves.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Daniel can score whenever he wants to. His team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Now here's McCollum. Back to Lillard. Rocket 6. The 15-footer pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Lillard's got his second bucket of the game to go. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And George kicks to Jackson. Zubac's in the post. He's guarded by Nurkic. Zubac's, that's good.
There's that passion of his, battling with every ounce of energy he has.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Pass to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Jones with it. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Morris with the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Leonard the pass to Zubac. Nurkic with the double team. Here's Leonard. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Now here's Lillard. And a wide open look for McCollum. And a miss there on the triple.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide open 3 like that.
And it's George missing. Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
Terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Outside Leonard. Over Jones, and it's Leonard missing.
Credit to D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Anthony. Second chance shot. And Cantor with the lay-in. Good.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Cantor has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Rondo bounce pass. 1 second left. No good on the last second attempt there. And so the first quarter is in the books. Los Angeles. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian Lillard's range, wow. He discusses with us.
I'm training for summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, governing the split second chance opportunities. I mean, that's what has them in the lead right now.
They've got Anthony. He's out there with Norman Powell. Damian Lillard out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 2 guard. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Anthony. Goes back up. Now the pass to Simons. Tries yet again. Count it. Good. Anthony's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Trailblazers. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Powell against Kennard. Passes it to Cousins. Outside, Batum. Lillard comes with the double team. Shot clock at 2. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Harry Giles is checked in for the Trailblazers. Here's Simons. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Down low, here's Giles, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
he's an all-star last year. You know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play, excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Simons, the pass to Giles. And that one is hammered home.
And that's why you don't let him get positioned deep in the post.
Just too big of a threat down there. I mean, he has a number of go-to moves at his disposal.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. 6 on the shot clock. Powell with the steal. He dishes it to Carmelo. For 3. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Powell with the steal. Fast break, here come the Trailblazers. Giles leading the charge.
When you pair Kanter's strong frame with the scorer's mentality, you get a guy who loves to play.
Pass to Kennard. Here's Batum, covered by Anthony. Batum passes to Kennard. And a missed late. Portland leading, and now Portland on the break. Here's Giles. No good off the back of the rim. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Amazing floor awareness from Cousins, skilled at spotting the open man.
Portland's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Simons surveying the D. 3-pointer. The offensive rebound out to Anthony. A 3-ball. And it's Simons missing. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Batum attacking. That one falls. And the Clippers lead by 2.
The long, slender body of Batum helping him right there. I mean, He's used all that athleticism to knock down the bucket.
52 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. And the layup falls. Anthony's got it all tied up now for Portland.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the three spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Back to Kennard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Cousins inside. He's against Cantor. Cousins, no good. Trailblazers shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Now Powell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And it goes down 2 points.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Here's Beverly. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Resourceful move there, ending the...
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Follow it.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They only had a couple of rough stretches. And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Marcus Morris.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
So for the Clippers right now, Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Off target from outside. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Shot clock at 5. Jackson from long range. Zubac kicks to Morris. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Nurkic. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Look, he's using his height and weight well on the glass. Nurkic, effective when it comes to going after the rebound.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line. Just a shade under 90%.
Out to Morris. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Morris has got 8 points. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Back to Jones. Here's Nurkic, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. He has 7.
And the touch Nurkic has inside, I mean, I love seeing him be aggressive. Look to get his shot from there.
Now here's Jackson. Left side Leonard, and stolen by Lillard. To the middle, here's McCollum. And he comes up with the deuce. McCollum's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Lillard dishes to Covington. Back to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Morris with the block.
Oh, just fantastic defense from Morris, getting right in the face of the shooter and coming up with the rejection.
There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Outside Jackson. Throws it up high. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Like whenever Jackson uses his speed on the glass, keeping possessions going.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Lillard finds Nurkic. The three. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Nurkic. Lillard's got 7 points.
There you go. His first three-pointer of the night. That should calm him down. Maybe even get him going a little bit.
The deep three from George. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Portland leading by 4. It's McCollum on the wing. Over Morris. And Portland again with the bucket.
What a dead-eye McCollum is from that range. Such a tremendous feel for the mid-range jumper.
Clippers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Pass to Jackson. Back to George. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. And the basket is good. George has got 4 this quarter.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Here is Lillard. He's got 7. Dishes it to McCollum. And the pass to Nurkic. Kicks it to Covington. Back to Nurkic. McCollum left side. Clock at 4. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And it's in there. Nurkic has got the lead back up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
And at 280 pounds, I mean, Nurkic is difficult to deter, even when you hit him. I mean, he's just so strong.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Enes Kanter. Norman Powell is out there with Anthony. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Fires the 3. They grab their own miss. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. And Portland making a change here. Giles is checked in. Here's Simons. Shot clock at 6. Anthony against Beverly. Here's the 3. Portland no good that time either.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Here's Cousins. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Simons, the pass to Giles. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Bounce pass from Beverly. Here's Cousins. It's good.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Portland leading by 6. Here's Simons. Inside, and Cantor wide open. He shoots. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Here's Oturu. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Oturu's got his first bucket in this one. Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Powell against Kennard. Powell, that's good.
Great work to find the space to get off the open jumper. He's going to work hard for those.
Everly with the ball.
Did everything right there except hit the shot.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Back to Lillard. Pulls up on the elbow, and he hits the jumper for 2. Lillard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
Pick-and-roll master. You got to respect how decisive Lillard is. I mean, he often makes great decisions.
Nobody near George. And it's off from three-point range. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Hollis Jefferson passes to Nurkic. Right side, Covington. Over Morris. Second chance effort. Nurkic can't hit. Clippers trail by 8. The 3 from George. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Now Lillard. Passes it to McCollum. To the inside. Here's Covington. He kicks it to Nurkic. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Clippers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Up top, Zubac. Morris passes to George. Leonard with the ball. Back to George. Lets it go from deep. That doesn't go either for George.
His touch has been off tonight, and now his judgment is off too. I mean, come on. It's not a smart shot.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Portland again missing. Here's Los Angeles now. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points, and Jackson gets it to go.
Oh, man, you love how calm Jackson stays in these pressure-filled moments, showing true leadership by burying the bucket.
Here's McCollum. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
That's just great defense, forcing his man into a difficult attempt.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for the Nets, Harden out there with Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Durant in at the 4.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
So the Portland Trailblazers, that was something else.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. 6 on the shot clock. Jordan with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Harden scanning the floor. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Lillard. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Yeah, Damian doesn't need a lot of time to get a shot off and found some space there.
Harden against Lillard. Harden the pass to Jordan. Nurkic with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. Jones dishes to Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. Feeds it to Covington. Lillard the pass to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Now here's Jordan. Pass to Irving. Drops in the layup for 2.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Jones following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And Lillard kicks to Covington. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the King. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. And he makes that one.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. 4-point game. On the wing, Irving. Outside, KD. Fires from deep. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Wow, this makes that look so easy.
The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. From outside the arc, Lillard misses.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Harris finds Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, how about the power from DJ there, slamming it down.
2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Outside, Jones. Out to the right wing. Covington with it. Picked up by Harris. Jones, the pass to Covington. And the shot clock expired. 24-second violation. The Nets with the lead. Now Irving. Outside, KD. Up again. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets. Naturally a ball-dominant player. James Harden talks.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Down out there with Irving, and it's Green. Then there's Griffin, and it's KD in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Nets 5. Out to KD. Releases from 15. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And then Griffin with the dunk.
So pretty when it's effortless like that. Blake Griffin up in the air, throwing it down, all second nature.
Passes to Simons. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Just 5 on the clock. Down low. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 1 in the bucket from Enes Kanter.
Well, this is the area where Kanter can really unleash his offensive arsenal. Difficult guy to defend inside.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Portland with a change here, too. Giles is checked in. Green dishes to Irving. Fires from the line. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
The pass to Powell. Pass to Simons. Kanter inside. Shoots the 3. And it's Simons missing. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. To the left side wing. Claxton the pass to Irving. And the Nets miss again. Portland trailing here. Out to Anthony. All alone. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Anthony's got his first basket of the night.
Quick fire on that shot. Melo with the catch-and-shoot jumper. No defense for that play.
Now, here is Irvin. T right on him. Here's Griffin. That's tipped. The kick out to Irving. Tries again. And the jumper falls for him. Irving's got 6.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
Here's Simons. Pass to Giles. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Yeah, this is what you love about him, the confidence on that mid-range.
That's a staple of his offensive attack, and proving once again he can do some damage from that area.
And the Nets with possession here after the Trailblazers pick up 2. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Here's Simons. Outside Anthony. Passes it to Simons. There's the steal. Oh, Griffin in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, check out the hops on Blake Griffin. Just one of those lethal alley-oop threats in the NBA.
Powell in the high post. He's against Green, and he gets it to go.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Now here's Irving. He has 6. The pass to Green. It's Brown on the wing. 6 to shoot. To the paint. Griffin inside. He's against Kanter. Griffin can't get it to go in.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Anthony kicks to Powell. He feeds it to Kanter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Such a big guy, Kanter, but also incredibly lean. At the NBA Combine, for instance, he tested out at 6% body fat, an extraordinarily low number for a man of his size.
7 seconds left in the first half of the game. The deep three from Harden. Oh, and he beat it.
Did they just do that, Kevin?
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period came to a close with them.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively, but he's going to keep going at him.
On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. Gregor, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Nurkic, big and blocking.
Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Now, here's Lillard. And here's McCollum. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Covington passes to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Here's McCollum. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. McCollum's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
Well, McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way because he competes. That's a tough one there.
Now here's Harden. 5 points in the game. It's up a 3. They get it back. Here's Jordan. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Count that one.
Well, that's a smart shot by KD. Sizes up the D and then just cashes in.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 2.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Harden the pass to Harris. This one for 3. Rebounded by McCollum. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
And Durant gets it to go.
Maybe the halftime break was good for him, allowed him to step back, calm himself down, get himself in the right frame of mind, and now shots are falling.
Now, here's Lillard. He has 6. And it's good for 2. Lillard's got 8 points. There's 1:40 left here in the third quarter. Harden with it. He has 5. Jordan at the elbow. Fires it up. Harden can't hit. For Portland, they've gotten 4 of the first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Kicks it out to McCollum. Outside Covington. For the lead. McCollum, no good.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Irving with a clean look. No good with the triple. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Back to Jones. The feed now to Covington. A three from McCollum. Nurkic in the post, guarded by Jordan. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The drive by KD. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Lillard. He's got 8. A three from McCollum, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Green is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Brown. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Griffin in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. He's off on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Anthony kicks to Giles. The wide open look here for Anthony. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Carmelo Anthony operating in the mid-range is just danger zone. You got to put your defense at DEFCON 1.
Pass to Brown. Now the feed to Griffin. Count it.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Portland trailing here. Simons surveying the D. Down low, here's Giles, and he gets the whistle. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Thank you, David. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. It's Brown with the drive.
Yeah, easy call.
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And, oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. That puts them in the lead.
Aggressive and incredibly quick end-to-end. Lillard is always a threat on the fast break.
And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. A 2-point game. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Jordan dishes to KD. 4 on the clock. And finished off by KD.
Love the way Durant just goes after the jugular there. He's used to nailing those game changers.
Now Lillard. On the top of the key. Rebound, Brooklyn. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Irving against Lillard. Irving passes to Durant. Over Anthony. And he overshot that one, missing. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. And the Nets lead by 2.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Now here's Lillard. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
Harden against Lillard. Pass to Irving. He dishes it to Jordan. Back to Irving. Over McCollum. And Cantor pulls it down. Harden against Lillard. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. McCollum left side. Lillard outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Lillard just plays with a flat-out edge. Dangerous as a player who knows how to draw contact inside.
Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Ice in the veins right there. They're one stop away from winning this one.
Here is Harden. For the win. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. They break the hearts of every... And don't let the high fashion fool you. These Brooklyn... And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And the Clippers starting five. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot. And for the Nets, Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. Just 4 to shoot. Lobs it up for Jordan. That shot misses.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
No, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Morris with the bucket. Greg, we've got 2 terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Augman, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Here's Jackson following the bucket by the Nets. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Now, here is Irving. No good on the triple. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And KD, here we go.
Slashing in for the hammer. KD showing how to punish the rim.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. George looking over the floor. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Filing to try and stop the shot, but PG-13 with terrific body control makes him pay.
The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Harden the pass to Irving. Harden outside. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice. And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the sky hook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber.
It's the Nets now. The Clippers getting the bucket. Takes the 13-footer. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And the wide-open shot from Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention four-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Here's Jackson. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Here's Leonard. And again, the Clippers good for two.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Harden kicks to Jordan. 1:31 left to play in the first quarter. And Harris wide open. He shoots, bangs home the trifecta.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's George. And it's blocked by Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan is a force on defense. Tough to finish when he's lurking.
Irving against Jackson. Irving dishes to Harris. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Blake Griffin, who's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Rondo rebounded by the Nets.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Brown the pass to Irving. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Brown finds Griffin, and the rejection by Cousins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. 24 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Brown. A miss that time would have put him up.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
A shot by Batum, no good. Outside Griffin. From past the arc. Tie game in Brooklyn. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in... And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
They've got to be satisfied so far. They look cohesive to begin this game.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Clippers right now, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Kennard in at the 3, the small forward. And he gets it to go as they call the... And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Irving can't get it to go. In the corner, Kennard with it. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Man passes to Batum. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. And Kennard wide open. He shoots, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Brown the pass to Griffin. He can't get it to go. Nice D from Cousins. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. A shot by Batum, no good. Nets trail by 4. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the Nets miss again. The Clippers have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Kennard. And Griffin sends it back.
Griffin has great timing. That's the reason why he blocked that shot.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Irving attacking, drops it in from 11 feet. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific play.
3 terrific hits. You're right.
That's a man's play right there. Kyrie doing what the defender doesn't want him to do. And one opportunity.
And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. Kevin Durant's checked in for Joe Harris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Brown. Clippers leading by 3. Outside Jackson. Back to George. And George with the stuff.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And now the fast break, Durant with the ball. And that one, good.
That's the problem with defending Kevin Durant. You can crowd him, you can try to distract him, you really can't break his focus.
Out left to the wing. Zubac's in the post. Guarded by Jordan. That shot is off target. That makes him 2 for 3. Irving passes to Claxton. Durant against Morris. And that one's good. Durant.
This is what you like about Kevin Durant. Doesn't need to press the issue. Mid-range is close enough.
Outside, George. And Jordan sends it back. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And Brooklyn making a change here. Harden's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rondo's checked in. He had a nice open look right there. George has got 7 points.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
Harden scanning the floor. No good. That would have tied it. Clippers leading by 3. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Rondo against Harden. Feeds to Jordan. Harden the pass to Claxton. Back to Harden. Shamet on the wing. Pass to Harden. He got it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening period. It was clear they were the better team in the second quarter. And it's a not. That's all for now.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Irving is out there with Harden, and it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Jordan in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. An emphatic LU jam.
Put it up anywhere. DeAndre Jordan can go get it.
George with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Stolen by Zubats. Nobody near Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
Irving kicks to Harris. With a tie. That shot off the mark. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Blake Griffin comes in for Jordan. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Harden, no good. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 5-point game. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Chalk up 2 there.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Outside Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
That's lit right there, courtesy of Kawhi's natural explosiveness.
And there's the pass to Harris. Back to Harden. Inside. And that one's good. Griffin. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Mann. He's covered by Brown. Leonard attacking. And Cousins kicks to Leonard. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And it's blocked by Brown. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Griffin leading the charge. Harden against Jackson. He can't hit that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
You see the feel from DeMarcus Cousins, tracking down the miss, then making good on the second chance opportunity.
Harden outside. 1:25 left to play in the third. Here's Griffin, and then Griffin with the dunk.
An underrated aspect of Griffin's game, his tremendous instincts on the glass.
And here's Jackson, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And here's Leonard from 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Durant, the pass to Harris. Durant feeling it out a bit. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
The mobility of Kevin Durant, showcase right there. So smooth getting to the rim.
Now Jackson. He lobs it up. Very pretty alley-oop layup. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Harden outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got 8 points.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. It's Harden with the drive. The putback is no good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Clippers lead by 5. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Patrick Beverley. He's out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Oturu in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Exploding to the rim, Luke Kennard slams it in. His offensive energy is a difference maker.
Right side Irving over Beverley. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Irving. The Clippers shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Now, here's Kennard. No good on the 3.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
Jordan against Beverley. Picked away. And here's the fast break. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
You can see Patterson just track that in the air the whole way. You knew he would finish the oop.
It's the Nets now. They trail by 7. Irving passes to Claxton. Irving against Patterson. Goes up to the stripe. Oturu with the rebound. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Back to Kennard. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And now a 9-point Los Angeles lead.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And it's Shamet missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Man can't hit. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Claxton the pass to Green. Outside Jordan. To the inside. Here's Claxton. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Kennard for 3. Drains the three-pointer. Kennard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers. Now the passion in New York is a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it, just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Here's Irving. He sinks the 11-footer.
Slithering off the pick and roll, Kyrie makes the right decision to keep it himself.
Los Angeles leading by 13. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Great D that time from Jordan. For the Nets, this one not looking good. It's Jordan on the wing. Outside, Green. And Green slams it in.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Clippers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
What's nice about this in-between area for Kyrie, compared to going to the rim, he has a little more room to get his shot off.
Pass to Kennard. Here's Oturu, guarded by Jordan. Oturu's shot is off. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Green, the pass to Claxton. That shot off, and the Clippers will go the other way with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. To the middle, and out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be. And the jam by Harden.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Misses there. And so Los Angeles takes the win. A narrow. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. Coming up next. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Anthony, and it's Simons in at the 2 guard. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. Pass to Simons. Lillard outside. A 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Los Angeles now. Here's Leonard. The rebound by Simons.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
3-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. About 1 minute into the first quarter. And George gets it to go.
How about the dribble drive ability of Paul George? The quick handles for a guy his size.
Lillard, bounce pass. Here's Simons. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubats has got 4 rebounds in this game.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Leonard finds Zubats, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. For Portland, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Lillard, the pass to Simons. Now, Nurkic. For the 3. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Now, here's George. 11 feet away. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. A nice shot by Simons.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Right side, Leonard shoots over Covington. That one a little long.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Lillard with no one around hits the three-point bomb.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Leonard on the wing. The shot's good on the assist by George. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts at maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Clock at 6. Here's Zubats. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. There's the pass to Nurkic. Here's Simons. And here is Anthony. Launches it. It's hauled in by Paul George. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And it's Portland with the rebound. 1:03 left in the first. Lillard outside. Over Jackson. Lillard misses.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
And George kicks to Zubats. An easy 2 points on the layup.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered. And Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Now here's Covington. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Lillard way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Leonard looking around. Pass to Morris. Kicks to George. Back to Morris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, there's a toughness and an energy about Marcus Morris that elevates any team he plays for. This guy is an incredible teammate.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And Portland has possession. They lead by 4. And McCollum puts up a deep 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Trail. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Jones. Then there's McCollum, and it's Powell in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Down low. Anthony finds Jones. Here's McCollum. It's hauled in by Beverly. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
Powell with it. No points in the game yet for him. Over Beverly. The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter.
Well, Norman Powell, these last several seasons, has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season, much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
Here's McCollum after the basket by Los Angeles. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
Kennard finds Cousins, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Portland trailing here. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Kennard. Lays it up and banks it in.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Trailblazers trail by 4. McCollum dishes to Powell. Looking to end the run. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. And Jones sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. .149 left in the first half. Giles kicks to McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Cantor. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, there is something special about the way Enes Kanter performs on the offensive end. He is a tough cover.
Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays, there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Now, here's Nurkic, and the shot goes in. Nurkic has got his second basket.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Here's Cousins. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Cousins has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Lillard dishes to Covington. From deep three-point range, and no good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Everly with the ball. Now Covington defended. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
There's 18 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Now Kennard misses the deep three-point attempt. Outside Covington. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Clippers lead by 1. And now let's catch up.
Kevin, thanks. Coach.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Jusuf Nurkic.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit. Who knows? But he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Lillard looking around. And he banks in the layup. Lillard's got 8 points.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. George buries the easy one. George has got 4 this quarter.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
McCollum against Jackson. Lillard outside. From down in the low post, it goes. He's got 10.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
And here's George. He has 6. And George with the stuff.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick. No rotation. My goodness.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
And it's George finishing it off.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
This, and he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, They got it right with the review. No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And that one drops for him. McCollum's got his first points in this one.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
There's 53 seconds left in the third. Here's Beverly, and he lobs it up toward the rim. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense. And that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Powell, no one around him. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Los Angeles leading by 3. Inside. And Cousins throws it down.
A power move by one of the biggest problems in the low post, DeMarcus Cousins. Don't let him get that deep.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And McCollum launches it from deep. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Count it.
Well, I think this is where they'd like to see Patrick Patterson be effective, get his points in tight, make nice, efficient moves to the rim.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, they've got Enes Kanter, Anthony out there with Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard position.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Kennard with the ball. Passes it to Zubats. Right side, Rondo. 6 to shoot. Pass to Batum. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And it's Beverly missing. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Jones. He feeds it to Kanter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, we know this. When Enes Kanter is engaged, this guy is an effective offensive force. The defense has got to be on point.
Paul George is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Kanter drops them both. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. Now George. Zubats trying to break loose.
Don't sleep on Paul George's verticality. How nice was that finish?
And for Portland, they're shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. It's Powell on the wing. Jacks up a 3. That shot missing, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
That's phenomenal athleticism on the drive. Paul George just sprints past everyone with ease.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. In the corner, Powell with it. Fires the 3. They get it back. Out to Anthony. Simons surveying the D. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So both teams changing it up here. Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard left side. Feeds to Nurkic. And the shot goes down.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now the pass to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Well, you can let the game come to you at times, or in that instance, Mr. Cousins initiating the action.
Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
The shot will not fall. Good D by Covington. Trailblazers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter, so they are 2 of 6. And Covington stays with it.
Robert Covington, calm, cool, and collected.
And here's Beverly. Now here's Patterson. Out to the wing. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Here's Simons. That 3 off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drive. It looked good from here.
To the inside. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Beverly feeling it out a bit. He's looking for Cousins and finds him.
No moment ever too big for the big man, DeMarcus Cousins. Go ahead, sir.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard outside. The 3. It's good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Beverly kicks to Cousins. 6 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're up by 3. 36 seconds left in the fourth. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Teron Lewis, he talked with the team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Can't knock in the 3. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And coming to you today from looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight, some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Jordan. And it's KD in at the four-man position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Jones in at the three.
Well, I tell you, it's a treat watching Harden play. I mean, he's so fluid in his shooting form, but he's also sensational driving inside and a capable passer as well. This guy's got it all.
Now here's Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. For three. It's hauled in by Harris. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
That's one of the areas he's really improved. Durant's passing abilities have grown as his years in the league have grown.
McCollum against Irving. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Now Kevin Durant after the missed three from Damian Lillard. The kick out to Irving from deep Harden. Portland grabs the miss. Outside, Jones. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Harris with it. Lillard picks him up. Lobbed up there for KD. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Boy, a dynamic wing with freakish length. Durant is the ideal alley-oop target.
Now Lillard. Kicks it out to Covington. McCollum deciding where to go with it. 5 on the clock. Back to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
You know, in addition to being a fantastic shooter, Covington is also an incredible athlete. Somebody who looks to drop the hammer when he's free near the hoop.
Jordan the pass to Harden. He lobs it up. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him.
And a nice touch on the finish.
Now here's Lillard. The dish to Jones. And there it is for him.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man. Puts a lot of zip on his passes. And he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Here is Harden. It's a three-point game. And the jam by Harden.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way. And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively. But quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well. Talk about a high IQ baller. Durant read the pick and roll coverage perfectly there.
Nurkic the pass to McCollum. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Now, here is Harden. The pass to Harris. Jordan kicks to Harris. Back to Jordan. Outside, KD. There's the three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. It's McCollum on the wing, covered by Irving. McCollum, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Irving passes to Durant. The shot off that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Covington. And it's Durant with the rebound. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. It's a 3-point game. And the dunk by Jordan.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Lillard outside.
Jordan is such a defensive presence. Really key that he stays engaged at that end of the floor.
And so it's DeAndre Jordan making things happen for the Brooklyn Nets. He notched 8 points.
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Nets.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. They've got Landry Shamet. Green is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Brown. And it's Griffin in at the 5, roaming the paint. Brown against Powell. And he gets the basket. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Trailblazers trail by 3.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game. My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
Green passes to Griffin. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Green kicks to Griffin. On the wing, Brown. Green passes to Griffin. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Then for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton comes in for Luwawu Cabarro, and Irving subbed in for Landry Shamet. McCollum passes to Simons. McCollum against Irving. Cantor. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points
off misses.
And that one's good. Griffin.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
For Portland, they've gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Back to McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. There's the triple. Passes it to Simons. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Derek Jones. He's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anfernee Simons. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan. He's checked in for Griffin. Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris is checked in for Jeff Green. And James Harden subbed in for Bruce Brown. McCollum, no good. The Nets with the lead. KD looking around to the paint. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
There's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Lillard. Great touch on the 16-footer. Lillard's got his second basket of the night.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Harden kicks to KD. The shot's good.
Looking strong to the finish when Durant locks in on scoring. Nobody's stopping it.
There's 37 seconds left to play here in the half. Lillard, the pass to Covington. That shot is off. Good D by Jordan. In the corner, Harden from the arc. Jordan dishes to Durant. Second chance shot. No good from Jordan.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good. DeAndre Jordan came out on a mission in the first. He had 10 points and 3 rebounds. And that's.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half. Harden the pass to Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Back to Lillard. The putback, it's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Pass to Irving. And Covington sends it back.
Covington's reach, the length of his arms really coming in handy when he goes up to block shots like that.
Here's Jordan, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Then for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant, and it's Brown in for Joe Harris. Giles kicks to Powell. Back to Giles. for the lead. Green with the rebound. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They lead by 1. Irving with a clean look. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Simons, the pass to Powell. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Kyrie Irving. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Shamet the pass to Griffin. Here's Luwawu. Guarded by Powell. Oh, Griffin in position. To the left wing. Luwawu Cabarrot kicks to Shamet. And the 3 off target. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to Cantor. Here's Giles. Now here's Cantor. He's covered by Brown for the lead. And Cantor with the lay-in. Good. Cantor's got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Shamet the pass to Green. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? Mikal and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Portland shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. That's good from Cantor.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Norkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Albert Covington comes in for Anthony. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. Lillard against Harden. He feeds it to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Here's Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Durant's got 6.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Lillard scanning the floor. Outside, Jones. Down low, here's Covington. Makes it off the glass. Covington's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Harden against Lillard. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from James Harden.
And, you know, sometimes you feel like every single jumper Harden takes is going in, especially from that in-between area.
Lillard left side. And they pick up 2. Lillard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Trailblazers leading by 3. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Griffin. Johnson is out there with Brown. And it's Claxton in at the power forward. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Simons. And the pass to Giles. Here's Simons. Back to Giles. Can't hit from in close.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
That's good from Cantor. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Giles. Derek Jones comes in for Carmelo Anthony. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Johnson kicks to Luwawu Cabarrot. There's the feed to Griffin. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Cullen passes to Cantor. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over Irving, and it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. And the Trailblazers lead by 5. McCollum against Irving. Here's Jordan. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 4 assists now tonight.
Offense in the paint is what his coaching staff is looking for from Jordan.
Here is Lillard. Dishes to Cantor. Anthony against Harris. Anthony, the pass to Covington.
Really nice work here from Covington to draw the foul on his way up. He's got a real talent for drawing fouls and getting himself to the foul line.
No good on that one.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
But making it a 2-possession game was what was important on that trip to the line.
Harden against Lillard. Count that bucket.
Beautiful watching Harden stroke it from this area. He can sink it from any spot on the floor. Bucket is his middle name.
Lillard against Harden. Lillard, right side. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get. No stage too big for KD. If you need a basket, he's your man.
Now here's Anthony. Stolen by Durant. On the wing, Harden. Defended by Covington. And KD throws it down.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
Man, I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
The shot's good from Cantor.
And his teammates love it. Cantor taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
And here's Harris from the arc. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, the Trailblazers score.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
And here's Harden for three. Jordan finds KD. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, in my mind, KD is one of the top 10 all-time guys that you want taking that shot. His length, his ball handling, his shooting, and his confidence makes him huge in late-game situations.
Harden against Lillard. McCollum outside. To the inside. Stolen by Durant. In transition, here come the Nets. The three from Harden. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. Nurkic checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Robert Covington. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Here's Nurkic, and Jordan sends it back.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Lillard with it. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. The score not at 45. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
Timeout called the Nets. For the win. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Here we go. And the Trailblazers start out with the ball. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here. Brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland, Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Harris comes in for Jeff Green. Durant against Jones. Inside, Jordan. That one, no good. Great D that time from Nurkic. Lillard on top, guarded by Harden. Lillard against Harden. Goes up on the wing. The offensive rebound.
Man, I tell you what, you just really got to admire and respect the fearlessness of Covington. Never backs away from taking a crucial shot.
Overtime still getting started here, just about a minute in. And the jam by Harden.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Harden against Lillard. And Damian Lillard throws it down home.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Rebounded by Covington.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities opportunities at the rim.
He gets that one. Now it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Hey, that's why you want an experienced veteran like DeAndre Jordan. That's a huge hoop from him.
Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. Covington passes to Lillard. Clock at 6. Back to Covington. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Covington's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over. Got to make anybody besides Harden shoot the ball there. I mean, he doesn't feel the pressure. He embraces this stuff. It's right in his wheelhouse. Make somebody else shoot it.
A shot by Lillard, wide open. Yes!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
And here's Harden for 3. No good on the shot. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Now Powell passes to Jones. Lillard outside. On deep. Kicks it out to Jones. And so it's Portland winning this one. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together.